Something's wrong with Mr. Orton. I rush to the door and pound on it frantically. Mr. Orton? Mr. Orton! Gursky grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away from the door. Let me in, there's something wrong! Whoa, kid, calm down. So considering this guy must know what kind of powers I have, it's a bit weird that he's stopping me. I feel like I'm about to throw up, but I doubt Detective Gursky would appreciate that. He's not okay. Gursky stares at me for a moment. He looks torn. I can tell he's not exactly ready to trust me yet, but I think he also feels like something is wrong. Finally, he turns to Sophia. Mr. Orton has been unusually quiet for a while. You sure everything is okay? Is there any way we can force ourselves in? Well, Sophia's going to say no. Sophia doesn't look pleased by his request. Yeah, I imagine she's not. It's certainly unorthodox. I don't think Mr. Orton will be pleased. He's dead. It doesn't matter what Mr. Orton thinks at this point. I think he'd be even less pleased if he needed medical attention and we didn't get it to him. Sophia sighs and nods. Alright, well that was easier than I thought it would be. Very well. The only way to open the office without express permission is to reset the security system. So you can't just, kick the door down. And how exactly does one do that? Someone needs to reboot the system manually. Then someone else has to enter the restart code within 10 seconds of the system being rebooted. Sounds complicated. It sounds quite easy, mate. Off, on, and then put in code. Easy. It's meant to provide maximum security for Mr. Orton. But is it supposed to stop people getting in, or is it supposed to stop people getting out? It might be some sort of conspiracy. I'm the only one here who knows the code, so someone else will have to go down to the basement to reset the power. If you mean that down the staircase, I think that door is locked to visitors. It is, but I can open it from here. Once you head down there, everything will be... How are you going to open it from there? Just by the power of magic? Abracadabra? Open sesame? That's all the magic phrases I can think of. All three of them. Detective Gursky glances over my shoulder. Alright, Naki, go reset it. What? Why me? Somehow, I get the feeling Naoki says that a lot. He doesn't look too thrilled to have to go back down there. I kind of feel bad for them. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be okay. Why don't I go down there instead? Why don't I go down there instead? That makes no sense. Why am I not going down there? Why have they chosen the really awkward one? Let's face it, they know he's awkward. Why don't I go down there instead? You? Yeah, yes. Me. Yeah, why not? I know how to flip a few switches. Yeah, he could do it. Detective Gursky shrugs. Sure, why not? Okay, so he doesn't care. He was just like, alright, you'll do. You serve no practical purpose. Oh, you can't go flip a few switches now, can you? Now he's useless. Alright, the reboot process is fairly simple. Just flip all the switches off, then turn on. Then push the reset button. Okay. I head down the stairs and back down the staircase. The door opens for me without any resistance. The basement is piled up high with wooden crates and dusty boxes. I wonder what Mr. Orton keeps down here. Don't look around. She's going to be able to see you. The switch box is on the far wall. I pry the cover open, and it opens with a rusty squeal. You pry open? Do you mean you turn the handle? Well done, Mr. Detective. The inside is just as Sophia described. I quickly flip the switches according to her instructions and the lights switch off, leaving nothing but the eerie glow of the emergency lights. Oh, so they're not cameras, they are legitimately emergency lights. I hit the reset buttons and after a few seconds I hear a quiet hum. The lights switch back on and I race back to the main hallway. Is the alarm going to go off? No. Detective Gursky stops me as soon as I reach the top of the stairs. Sorry, Crit, there's nothing you can do now. What do you mean? Detective Gursky glances at the office door as Sophia exits. She looks pretty shaken. Naoki is at her side supporting her. You were right about Mr. Orton. He's dead. Oh God, and I was the one who's like, oh no, he's dead, and I was in another room, alone. Alright, well, I've been found once alone, so hopefully he might give me some space and be like, look, alright, I saw what happened last time, maybe that's not the case. Hopefully. What happened? He was already dead when we got here. Sophia tried to revive him, but... Naoki stops and glances at Detective Gursky uncomfortably. I stopped her, it was too risky. What do you mean? Well, the murderer might be lurking around. It's not important. Detective Gursky approaches Sophia and places a hand on her shoulder. What do you mean it's not important? Yes, it is. I'd certainly like to know. Whatever, we'll run with it. Sophia, I know you're upset, but we need to contact the police. My phone isn't getting any signal. All signal is blocked off in this place. Mr. Auden's orders, of course. Is there a landline I can use? In there. It's not going to work. You know perfectly well it's not going to work. Sophia lets go of Naoki and numbly points at the sturdy door. Sturdy? Study. I'll show you. As the two of them leave, Li Mei approaches us. Any sign of her distress from before has disappeared. Her expression is placid. He's gone. Yeah, we... Who? Something like that's only going to be there if... Okay, hang on. Let's read the next line. I might be reading a little too long into that. Yeah, Naoki, what happened in there? Well, Naoki shifts back and forth as if he's not sure he should be saying anything. Mikolaj checks his pulse, but he was already dead. Mikolaj. That's Sophia. You said Sophia tried to revive him. Yeah, she was going to use CPR, but Detective Gursky stopped her. He said that Miss Dalton looked like he'd been poisoned, and she might get poisoned herself if she tried mouth to mouth. Naoki sighs, he looks pretty shaken himself. We should tell Aki what happened. But we don't know where she is. She's coming. Li Mei turns towards the staircases just as Aki reaches the top. Hey, what happened? The lights went out for a moment. Ooh, this is going to be a difficult one to explain. You know your employer? Yeah, Mr. Orton, that's the one. He's dead. He was poisoned. Is it going to be Sophia? Then she wouldn't have rushed in and I'm sure there'll be some obvious clue. There's got to be. Mr. Orton died. Died? How? Poisoning, it seems. Did you read his last moments? I'm afraid not. Gursky won't let me in there. What about you? Did you see it? Aki turns to Naoki and he nods. I got it. Good. Then we'll take a look at it later. Detective Gursky exits the study with Sophia. She appears to have calmed down, but her body still trembles every time she breathes in. That's not what calming down is. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. That's not okay. That's being a jittery little motherfucker. Alright. The police are on their way. It's a bit of a drive for them, so we'll have to sit tight until then. I suggest we all wait downstairs. I'd suggest that as well. As I don't have any jurisdiction here, it's only a suggestion. It looks directly at me. But it's the best option if you want to stay unnoticed. He turns and leads Sophia down the staircase, helping her with one step at a time. Aki frowns as they leave. Always the gentleman. Why don't they like each other? I don't remember, huh? Nothing. Anyway, we should probably follow his suggestion and head downstairs. I was going to say, that suggestion didn't seem too bad. If the police show up, they're just going to be like, right, who are these people? They're supernatural people who have come here. Supernatural. Yeah, you're all under arrest. It's probably a good idea. We wouldn't want to get in any more trouble than we already were. What do you mean by that? Since when were we in trouble? Well, it's not you. Aki shoots a glance at him, and the expression on his face makes it obvious she just told him something. I suddenly remember something that was bothering me earlier. You know, Detective Gursky told me that you guys belong to the government. What does that mean? Ah, that's why. Yeah, alright, I can see why they might be in trouble now. It means that Miko shouldn't talk so much. She heads down the stairs before I can ask anything else. Naoki follows meekly, but Li Mei stays with me. What's up? Do you truly want to know? About you guys? Well, I think I deserve an explanation. Oh, I hate it when they say stuff like that. And plus, right, my thing earlier, I might be reading well too far into this, but she said, he's gone. That's stating the obvious. So, like, that was helpful to no one, because Aki wasn't there at the time. Everyone who knew he was already dead had seen it happen. They knew perfectly well. So, she might mean someone else. There might be, let's say, a third party here who we haven't seen yet. Crazy explanation, but it might just be right. Alright. But do you want one? Well, yeah, I guess so. We're on parole for crimes past. Ah. Doing what exactly? Michelangelo Gursky is our parole officer. Ah. So, when Miko was in the cafe, Detective Gursky, right? When he was just sitting there in the cafe, okay, I now get it. Michelangelo isn't Sophia, okay, right? So again, go back, clear that up. I realise my mistake now. But when Gursky was in the cafe and he was like, oh yeah, just like search for anything, there was a known felon in there, and he was just like, nah, sure, I'll be fine. Fucking hell. What? Li Mei nods once, looking satisfied with her succinct explanation. She turns and heads down the stairs without another word. That's not an explanation. That's nothing. You've just gone, you've just got information. K, bye. That doesn't help me. Whatever. Parole? They're all convicts? Wait, even Naki? It's not going to be something like double homicide, let's put it that way. It's not going to be they all walked into a bank with shotguns, killed a few civilians, and then got locked up. It's going to be something either trivial or technical. So by technical, I kind of mean like hacking, stealing records belonging to the government, or something really trivial. Because they've been caught in the past, and they've been found out about how good their powers were, so they're like, you've been shoplifting! No, I wasn't. Alright, no, it's going to be something technical then, if Li Mei's come and said it like that. That's what I'm rooting for. Again, you guys are going to have your explanations. That's fine. That's fine. You're probably all going to disagree with me, because I'm a crazy fucking lunatic. Yeah, Aki I can understand, but Naki? What about Li Mei? What does she do? I'm really starting to worry about the sort of people I've fallen in with here. Slowly I descend the staircase, measuring one step after another. Maybe I really shouldn't have asked. When I get to the bottom, Detective Gursky glances at me with mild amusement. Glad you could make it. Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? No. You okay? He asked me that now. I come up looking like I'm going to throw up, and he was like, you can't go any further. You may not pass. And now I come down looking sad, and he's like, mate, something up. You don't look too good. Hypocrite. I'm fine. I look around the room, hoping to change the subject. Where did everyone go? Miss Millicent wasn't feeling well, so Naki offered to make some tea for her. They both went to the kitchen. Aki said she had to use the restroom, although I suspect she just wants to look around, and I'm never entirely sure what Li Mei is doing. The house is in lockdown right now, so it won't let any of us leave until Sophia unlocks it. I guess you can roam around or do whatever you like. Okay. So we're going to find out the murderer and all this. Alright, we're going to try and look for Li Mei. Okay. Oh my god, there's actual things! Look at this! Renpy has never seen the like! Normally there's just things here which I could code in myself, but look, they're here now! Alright, well, okay, that's that done now. Let's talk to you. Detective Gursky stands across the room from me, arms folded in his chest. He appears to be deep in thought, but it's not long before he notices that I am looking at him. What? Nothing. Well, that's not true. Nothing I want to talk about then. He uncrosses his arms and sighs. I don't know where you've been all these years or why, but that look in your eyes is still the same. What look? The one that says you're already trying to figure out everything. It's like watching someone who's just started to work on a puzzle. You're digging through the pieces and looking to build a frame, but you don't have much yet. That much is true. I don't remember seeing you before, though. I doubt you would. We've never met in person. I sure heard a lot about you, though. Both of you. suddenly feel my stomach knot up. How much is a lot? None enough, apparently. I thought you were dead. We all did. Yeah, that was kind of what... Why are you teasing me like this, game? You can't just say this kind of shit and not, like, offer me some sort of explanation.